You and your friends were on the street demanding the release of the Chibok girls. It got a global reckoning, and a lot of people, and it awakened some kind of sensibilities in a lot of people across the world of how much pain it is to take innocent children out of their schools, away from the parents, and some of them are in fact just released a few weeks ago. But the question here is that you're one of those who have demanded good governance, and you stayed committed to it. You've tried your best to see that you can convince Nigerians to see how good governance can be achieved. I remember that you were called as the speaker to the APC retreat in 2014 or 2015. Now you said, I hope you guys know what you are up against. I mean, by calling me into this event. Yes. And some of those things that you said, looking back 7 years later, what are your thoughts? Oh, well, just ask people to go to your own website and download the speech and compare it with what we see on, in the country. I mean, the truth is that the summary of that speech was essentially saying that, the idea that all you need to do is focus on vacuous statements of a political set of people who have a different set of acronyms in order to get development is a ruse. That's not reality. So I was essentially saying, if you're going to be effective in governance, and which is, for example, when I remember the Denver, I think it was the Denver primaries of Obama, when Obama became, I was one of those who was at one of the sessions speaking concerning the matter of the administration, should he win the ticket, the issues around development. So it wasn't unusual for me to have been invited. In fact, when I was invited, I said to them, are you sure that you're actually inviting me to come speak to a group of politicians in Nigeria? They said yes. I said, no. Go check that you're really inviting me. And so they invited me. And I had to say with candor, the issues. I said to them that Nigeria's story, if you look at it from an empirical analysis perspective, our story has not been the story of the political party. It's been the fact that we have actually lacked the kind of leadership that in one person and persons, in other words, our leadership class, our political class, we've not seen an amalgam of people with the requisite skills of leadership. Skills of leadership are not just ad hoc. They are not things that happen by virtue of somebody thinking I could be a leader. So those attributes of competence, of character, of capacity, there is a deliberateness behind it that then enables people to mobilize the kind of action that is necessary to deliver on... If you look at the 18 presidential candidates on the bill this time around, would you say there are maybe one or two people that you think possess this kind of character or traits? I do think that, regardless of what parameter you use, that at least we might find maybe up to 3 people who you could say there are certain parts of the boxes that they tick. But this is what we're served, right? We're served badly as a country in terms of our political class, which is part of why I'm excited that young people are entering into that space, that women are entering into that space. It gives me enormous joy. But, somebody says to you, between a cast of possible presidents that include the 3 forerunners that we currently have, a possible President Tinubu, a possible President Atiku, a possible President Oby. Do you need anybody to tell you where you would be going? I mean, for goodness sake, it would be an Oby.
Because regardless of the fact that he comes from that particular political class that we still are talking about, he still at least represents many shades better than the other two top candidates. So I believe that the momentum that we're driving through in the country at this time is a momentum that's sort of saying, let's really evaluate who will be our leader. But I think that the most significant thing for me is really that a society must come to the place where they finally say, we want to vote for ourselves.